Oh my.
Well, everyone, here we are. It is Saturday. Um, it's a little later than I like to start. I usually like to start promptly, but we'll give Todd a little grace period here of a half hour. But I usually stream Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays starting at 8 p.m. Hey, how are you? I'm trying to get my iPod stand to sit where I want it to so I can read chat. Hey, email delete, how's it going? So tonight we have the Star Wars Episode 1 in a PIN 2000 cabinet here. I have both playfields for this, so I have Revenge from Mars and Episode 1. I streamed Revenge from Mars earlier this week. You can watch that on the VODs here on Twitch. And then I dialed in and cleaned up this playfield so that we could stream this tonight. We have direct video and audio capture, so you guys will get really good sound off of this. Todd will be happy to know that the lightsaber does work. As we can see, it's pulsating right now. And let's, if you guys aren't familiar with Pinball 2000, this was the last of the Bally Williams machines manufactured. It had a monitor on top of it that reflected onto a special sheet of glass on the playfield to give a holographic-like image down here. Now, I've hooked up a direct video output. Oh, thanks. Thanks for the good lighting. Yeah, this is a great machine. It's a lot of fun. We're going to get right into it. But so the reflection comes down onto the playfield, glass on top, and there's a special coating at the end. So really neat system that they did. From where I stand, it gives a really nice holographic effect, which you guys can kind of see. I don't know. I don't want to screw with the cameras, but you can kind of see it at the edge up here. And then you'll see on the screen on the side. So let's get started. Let me know if my my volume and the game's volume need a little adjustment. Just let me know. No, that's not a lame question at all. So yeah, I can take pictures of the pin rig. If people are interested, I can show that as well. So we have direct video and audio out through capture cards out of this machine. This is my boom arm for my workstation over here that I use all the time, which happens to be a Shure SM7B, really nice high-end vocal mic. And I use it for this and for that. I switch it back and forth. And then I have a rig over the top that I mount all my cameras off of. Okay, great. Thanks for letting me know the sound is good. I always worry about that. So let's get started. I didn't even think to do a skill shot there. So on this machine, there's actually function buttons just north of where my flipper buttons are, which allow me to change the modes and select the mode I want. And someone earlier was making the jokes about the Jar Jar Binks mode, so let's start with that one. So the purpose here is to get Jedi, J-E-T-D-I, loaded up. One of the lights in that is acting a little funny. Nah, come on, stay in. There we go. So now we got the first shot. Now I can just hit basically the ramps or anything to collect those. I don't know if I leveled this. Okay, so we got one of those. We hit that ramp, got that. Go downtown, get him in the middle. That was that mode. How easy was that, everybody? So this didn't actually have a DMD in it. This was actually shipped with a full-size 640 by 480 T and what do you call it? CRT monitor. And this machine happens to be outfitted with an LCD monitor. But this had a full-size Dell computer in the back of it. And that's what's actually running the video display and everything. So it's very easy, if you've done a few little enhancements on this game, to be able to take a direct video and audio output. Because it's a computer, all you really need to do is convert it over to HDMI and put an HDMI splitter in. Oh, I could have nudged that. I could have nudged that. Yep, knock the Jar Jar over. So you can get DMD extenders. I have a DMD extender for my Addams family. They make them for Stearns. This guy, Dr. Pinball, who is in the UK, who... Oh, that was horrible. Give it back? No. Who makes a DMD extender. And that enables you to be able to plug HDMI right up to a capture card. I gotta remember the skill shots. You guys gotta remind me of that. So I'm gonna stream for a couple hours while Todd and the team there take a break. And oh, thank you for the follow if I didn't say that already. But I'm gonna stream for a couple hours. Let Todd and the twins and everybody take a break on that end. And then we will we'll go over and raid them. So if you just hang out with me, we will... This is the Podmaster mode. We'll do what's called a raid at the end of my show when they're ready to go live. So hopefully it'll be around 10 o'clock. What a day for pod racing! Alright, this one you really want to hit the 3 side ramps there. The 2 side ramps of the center. Come on. So hit the center there, that'll reset the side. Now we hit that ramp, come down here, hit the center again, and there's our letter. And there's that evil, evil thing. Kids go nuts for Star Wars. Yeah, actually, the pod racing mode, of all things, actually does kind of make this game nice, because they did put extra time into the graphics on it. Oh, my word. So this machine does have a 4-ball multi-ball, but it's self-plunged. So when we do get to the multi-ball, you're going to notice that I'm going to have to time when I pull my hands off the flippers to be able to plunge the next ball that's there, because... For some reason, on this machine, they didn't put an auto plunge or an electronic plunger on it, where they did on Revenge from Mars. And a lot of people think Revenge from Mars is the superior game. This is actually a great game as well. It was a really good use of all the technology that Bally Williams had at its time. It's got magnets in it, which my wife says is very important. You can't have a Star Wars game and talk about the Force without having magnets. I think the overall theme was good. I think the implementation of the ramps with the diverter in the back was really nice as well. I think the outlanes are too big. They're not set all the way in, but... Yeah, I have tilt on this machine. I can get some good nudges out of it, but you'll see if I attack it the way I sometimes do, it's pretty mean, actually. Because once you get the tilt bob in this thing moving, you can't get it to stop. So it's not like you just get a double danger and you move on. If you hit a double danger, the thing doesn't stop. That being said, it's a little bit forgiving up until that point. The other thing I really like about this game is just the shot. Ah, damn it. The shot layout is so nice. Like, you know what you need to do because this hologram's bouncing in front of right where the shot is. So, you know, where you see the figure in the center right under me here, that's where that shot is right there. And if you notice, there's a guy, this is the side of the flame. I see another character here and another character here. Now, I actually have those forward buttons, those extra function buttons, where I can shoot lasers, if I have any. And at the moment, I do. So I can just shoot them with the lasers, if I want. And that'll get them out of the way. That mode, you really didn't want to waste the lasers because the shots are pretty easy to get to. Unless you don't slow it down. Well, you know, it depends. You know, if you're talking about tilting on a home machine, and then you go to a tournament where you have to worry about tilting. All the practice that you've done at home, if you don't have your tilt bob set right, is wasted. And so we have the tilt bobs on because it keeps everybody honest, and that way. And we don't do any tournaments or anything here, so it would not really matter. You're right. We have to hit the center shot to trip Jar Jar. Which is going to take me just a second to get control of this ball. Oh, I still didn't have control over it. Alright, let's do it this way. There we go. Oh, we outlaned. I should have regained it. So we do have the tilts on our home machines for that reason. I tripped you already. We watched me trip him. I did that. And I drained after I did that. Not liking these outlanes today. Well, that's the easy Jar Jar mode. So now we go back up to the side shot, middle shot. Back to the middle again. Now we can, let's go do the droid army one. A lot of good modes in this game. I do have extra lighting on this. This does have LEDs in it that were in it when I bought it. And some of these down here are non-ghosting, and that's why you see a lot of flash in the screen, and the camera really can't filter out that adjustment. Now, in addition to that, I did throw in some extra LED lighting on top here, kind of some homemade poor man arena lights. Real easy and cheap to make. And I have those just running off of 5-volt USB because I have to USB power the cameras and everything anyways. So I have a USB power supply there that I just plug those into. They'd be brighter if I ran them 12 volts, but oh, I could have saved that one. Can we get rid of them permanently? What are you talking about? You're talking about the oh, Jar Jar? Yeah. Worst character ever created. I just have to say that. But this game wouldn't be Star Wars Episode 1 without that annoying character. Okay, so we almost got a ball lock there next to that captive. We did just get it on a bounce. I hated Jar Jar. I thought he was the worst character ever created. Misa, racist character. Yeah. This mode here has Jar Jar in it as well. So this is when they're underwater. This is actually an annoying mode if you just trap the ball up here and wait to make shots. You have to listen to him make so many damn comments. We were very, very outlaned. I missed a couple questions. If I missed some questions... Oh, hey, Marcy, how are you? If I missed a couple questions, just let me know. I'm reading off an iPad here, so sometimes I don't catch them, and because they're so damn small. I have another monitor I could have hooked up, but I usually run off the iPad. But for this machine in particular, the iPad's just that little bit further away from where I'm standing. Just because of the pitch and everything. Oh, really? The voiceover person was crushed? That sucks. I never even thought of that, how the person who did the voice, you know, may feel about the character that they were playing and how they were portrayed. I never even thought of that. Oh, thanks for the bits. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Everybody who's not familiar with Twitch, a subscription on Twitch is a monthly membership. You get a free one with Amazon Prime. There's instructions down below on how you can gift that to someone. Doesn't have to be me, could be Todd, could be anyone. And that also gives you access to emojis and things in chat. And following here is basically YouTube's version of subscribe, where you just I show up kind of a friend on your favorites list, and you guys can know when I go live. I also have a Discord down below that I'm not too active in, and websites, Pinball Princess, and all sorts of stuff that I don't spend a lot of time on because I don't get a lot of interaction on them. So the more people that come and talk, thank you for the follow. I didn't hear the follow alert come in, but thank you for the follow as well.
Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Great, everybody's got their usernames and they're getting to know each other. That's always good. So yeah, if there were any other questions that I missed, let me know. Call them back out. It is kind of interesting that the guy who, or the person played Jar Jar there, was upset about the character. Can easily see it though, because he didn't come off as the most intelligent character ever. Although I never thought that Jar Jar was like malicious or anything, you know. Oh my word. All right, let's see what we got going here. All right, pop, pop. Oh, thank you for the bits too. Appreciate.
This hasn't been a day for warm.
Again, I'm sorry I can't read off names because I'm not this close. Upbeat Duck is my wife who's in chat. She's upstairs moderating. She actually has a Twitch channel here as well. She cooks 5 days a week, and does a cooking stream. So shout out to her, to my wife Megan, and Ghosts, if you are interested in, in cooking. There's a lot of great streamers with a lot of diversity on this platform. Is that gate not going up? Okay, it is. Huh. I was just not making it all the way up there. Megan, there is a shout out command, so if you go !SO and then your username, space your username, it should shout you out. You're a moderator, so you can do that. It'll send a link. And if you can do a shout out for TNT Amusements at the same time, I would appreciate it. So this is another one where you can use your function buttons to move things left and right. Okay, we want to get that. There we go. I gotta fix that E. I wonder why that E is doing that. So I want to get us to... Oh, this is ball 3. Wow, I haven't had a good game yet. I want to get us to a multi-ball. So we're gonna have to do that. Whoa. Boom. So I am extremely warm down here in my basement because we went to install the air conditioner and the cooling fan for the compressor broke. It wasn't even that old. It's about a 5-year-old air conditioner, but the plastic cooling fan inside of it that cools down the compressor was just so brittle that when we turned it on, it blew up like a hand grenade on us. Oh. So, okay. There we go. Do that one. Do that one. Okay. There we go. Oh, it didn't register. Come on. Alright, trap up. No. Ooh, I thought I could have got that on the fly. Alright. We're going over there. That shot there is the one I should have registered 2 minutes ago when we hit it. Now all we have to do is hit the middle, and we will have a multi-ball.
I'm sure another solution will present itself.
Here we go. Yeah, and especially because these machines get pretty warm down here in the basement, and we put all this extra insulation in too, so... So like I said, what's going to happen here is I've got a multi-ball, but it doesn't auto-launch, so I have to find the right time to get down there to launch those damn balls without draining everything. So it has ball save, but it does not really, doesn't help you too much if you can't get up there to do it. So and this is the mode that Todd was talking about, the lightsaber. See, the lightsaber, as you saw, was not on most of the time. Oh, god damn. Come on, come on. There we go. Come on. I'm not even looking up right now at the screen. All right, we just won. Shuts my flippers down, takes all my balls away. Thank you. That was pretty good. Pretty good little multi-ball. Now, the thing is, do another 4 modes, you get another multi-ball just like that. Another Maul battle. And if you noticed, we can play different characters. So as you can see on the top of your screen, which is right over here, that says Amidala. So we can play different characters as well. So yeah, you really have to time, because that ball's not auto-launching for you. You have to time when you go down there and launch that ball. And kind of predict, well, that was bad, but kind of predict, is there going to be anything else at the flipper at that point? I think that was ball 3. I think we're done with this one. Oh, no, we have an extra ball. And again, a beautiful light show on this, as Bally Williams always had. I'm going to replace the LEDs that are these ghosting ones with non-ghosting ones. Of course, I've been saying that for over a year. It's one of these things, I don't notice it until I actually start streaming. So it doesn't bother you when you're standing here. It's just really noticeable on screen. All right, so we're going to try to... oh, yeah. I thought I could backhand that shot. Maybe not. Oh, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Oh, there we go. All right, so we got a Watto's Junk Shop, and this should give us another 2-ball multi-ball and light and extra ball as well. So I got 1 here. Now really to start the multi-ball, all I have to do is that. Now we got 3. And what we're doing is we're shooting for the jackpot shots.
Pleasure to meet you.
Come on. Come on.
Oh my.
Okay, so I don't have another ball, so I don't have any ball saves, so it's now over. There we go. Oh. Why didn't that register? There we go. You registered. Oh, thank you for the tier 1. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing. That's awesome. I'm going to take a quick little second here to catch up on chat, see what you guys are talking about. Oh, we've got initials. So last person to subscribe was Purple Trapper. So let's go PTR. How about that? Does that sound good? So P T R. There you go. So, scores during stream either go to the last person who subbed, or they go to me as PPJ, as in Pinball Princess Jillian. If it's just me playing at home with friends or whatever, I usually put in my real initials, so that I can tell if it was done on stream or not. But this is actually something that Deadflip does, is you know, puts the initials in for the last subscriber, and I kind of liked it, so I've kind of taken that over. So thank you so much. Your name's on the board. Can you change to a 10? I don't know what you mean, honey. And I happen to be drinking out of a fantastic pinball glass. I know you really can't see it because I'm drinking Coca-Cola on a glass with black letters, but there we are, Pimpastic Pinball. Every year we grab one of these 10 characters. I don't think this machine does 10 characters. I think only really the new Sterns do those. But I should find out. You're right. I should go in and... Or you can go in and look. Corona Happy Hour. Well, come back and see me again. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. I usually start around 8 o'clock, sometimes 8:30, sometimes earlier. Depends how my day's going. Depends what I'm feeling like. There's a lot of streamers that come here. You should check out and follow the pinball category. Let's not do that mode. Pod Racer sounds more fun. Oh, you're drinking out of your Fun Spot cup that you paid for. I want to get Todd to do an excursion up to Fun Spot and, you know, invite all the fans to come up and, you know, hang out at Fun Spot and then maybe find some place to do a large dinner or something, depending how many people come. You know, I think it would be really interesting. He could shoot some video, and I just got to make it so it's got to figure out a way so that financially it doesn't cost him anything to take the weekend off. That's always the hard part when you own a business. You know, like, I'm sure Todd would love to hang out. Oh, almost. I'm sure Todd would love to come up and go to Fun Spot and see some of these arcades and pinball places we have up here. It's not that far from Pennsylvania where he is, but when you own a business, your life is focusing on that business. And so getting time away costs you money because you're not there seeing customers and, you know, all of that potential lost opportunity of revenue makes it real hard for someone like him to take some time and get away. Besides big planned things like Disney, you know. Oh, that was a bad shot. All right, up the middle. Okay, control, up the middle. Control, up the middle. And that's why that shot stinks. Well, I don't know if he's hurting because of the auctions. I mean, the auctions are definitely helping, but you know, I have a small business as well, and as a person with a small business, it's hard right now, and you get a lot of responsibility. You know, he has a lot of responsibility for the health insurance for his employees and all of that, and you know, something like a virus shuts down the area. It makes it really hard. So I'm sure it's wearing on him. I think the auctions are a fun thing. I think it mixes the entertainment factor of the TNT brand with the you know, the selling factor of TNT, that he owns a business that he's trying to make a living for himself and his employees off of. So I think it's a nice mix of I don't know, would you call it edutainment? You know, I mean, you've got this whole category of agro-tourism now, where farmers now have put in hedge mazes and all sorts of things and build these amusement parks around their property. So I don't know what you would call this. Oh, you'll have to come up with a name for it. But it is, it's the online auction or best offer sale, which he can call it an auction, actually. I've done all the research on that because people were starting to say things like, well, you know, you're not an auctioneer, you can't have an auction. I actually looked up the regulations on what you can call an online auction in what states, and it's actually kind of interesting. It's because he's not consigning it. He can sell his own property any way he wants. He doesn't need to hire an auctioneer to sell his things for him. In this online format, which I think is really neat, actually. That's why I helped kind of build the back-end software, because I saw that it was a lot of work to do the first online sale. And just with some minor web software I was able to create, it makes it a lot more automated and makes it easy to manage the sale. And Terry's doing a fantastic job, as you guys all know, managing the peanut gallery there and all the people that come to help. Why didn't you want to give me something? Oh, because I got in there and the gate was supposed to be closed already, but it wasn't, because I beat it. Alright, so we have an extra ball lit. The extra ball shot is actually a reasonably hard shot to get, unless you're plunging the ball. Because it's down, the switch that you have to hit is down over here, and that's kind of iffy way to get to.
Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Remember, concentrate on the moment.
Ugh. Yeah, it's good to see another couple into pins. Two of the people that were there at TNT today from Ohio, we all met at Pintastic New England last year, and Crystal and John have been out to TNT a few times, kind of to surprise Todd and Twins and us, like they did today. They came down one of the streams I did. I think it might have been October. And they actually went to the pinball show in Chicago last year in November. Let's do pod racing, why not? I wasn't able to go to that. I had too much going on with my own business travel for my job last November, so wasn't able to do it. But Megan and I are both into pinball. I'm a little more hardcore into pinball than Megan, but Megan does have her own machines here in the house and her own favorites. Oh, you're in the Chicago burbs? We have a lot of friends out in the Chicago area. I used to go out every Memorial Day every year for many years, and we didn't the last couple of years, and I really wish we had, because the friends that are there in Chicago, I wish they were closer. I wouldn't mind moving to Chicago, actually. You know when you make a shot and you just know it's gonna drain? You just know. Yeah, and that's the thing. I wanted to be an electrical engineer, and I ended up doing software instead. So for me, these things bring my hardware and software together. You know, I can, as a person who was a software engineer for all those years, I can use my software knowledge to make physical things happen. And that's interesting to me. And it gets me back to those basic electronic stuff that I so liked doing in high school and college, but never did as a career. So it's a great hobby for me in that regard, because, as you guys know, if you own a pinball machine, there's always something to fix. And this one is no different. Just this week, I had to go in and clean up some stuff, and you know, just switches get stuck if they don't get used. These machines were built to be used and abused. Sort of the way it abuses me. You see that? Do you see that? It's horrible. Yeah, the bank account reflects it. Yeah, we know that. We bought one pinball machine, and a week later I had 7 in the house. Someone's gonna remind me to short plunge. I gotta change the spring in this machine. We all have a bad feeling about Jar Jar. Don't worry about it, Obi-Wan. Oh, I have a bad feeling I can't hit up the middle to save my life right there. I know it's funny when your pinball broke and you just look at the collection, you go, and I said it to Megan just the other day. We were looking at some pieces of property, and it was like, well, you know, until we sell the car and house and do this and do that, there's no way we could afford this. And I looked down the line and I'm like, it was easily clear 20 grand in pinballs. But then the problem becomes, as she points out, you're never going to replace them. I mean, some of the machines we have between Adam's Family, this, Funhouse, you know, they're not easy to replace. They're not something that, they're not new machines. We don't have any new machines. It wouldn't be like selling something that there's a lot out there of. And there's a lot of Adam Family out there, but there's not a lot of Adams Families that aren't trashed, replaced playfields, or or just poorly repaired for years and years. So again, Todd will be on his channel, TNT Amusements, starting at around 10:30, we hope. So we'll raid them. I'm here Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, starting at about 8 o'clock. I usually go to a 10 or 11, sometimes earlier, sometimes later. I think I just saw... No, I thought I saw Pez Johnson in there. Come on, give me my ball back. And for those of you pinheads who weren't already over here at Twitch, thanks for joining. You definitely found a good community here. Quite a few people out in the Colorado area who are streaming. There's a whole contingent from Buffalo. Of course, there's Dead Flip, who streams 5-6 days a week. And, you know, he streams every day at 6 o'clock Central. I'm in Eastern time, so when I talk my times, I usually say Eastern time, but... Drummer, how are you? Welcome back.
I sense a disturbance in the force.
Hope you're having a good Saturday. We got Star Wars Episode 1. I got the direct video and audio capture in the Pin 2000 cabinet, so we got good lights and sound here. Oh, oof. That was close. I got an extra ball for doing that too. How many machines do I have? At the moment, I think we're at 11. I mean, I do have some in the garage that will probably that don't work. When you get a machine, your friends tend to show you where you can get them for free, whether they work or not. Old EMs are easy to come by sometimes. Oh, that was bad. So, I think most of them are down in the description or on my website. But I can just recap them quickly. I got a Revenge from Mars and Star Wars Episode 1. I've got Addams Family, Funhouse, Roller Games, Royal Flush Deluxe, Rack 'em Up. Ooh, that was a good save. Right up the middle. Oh, come on. Alright, let's get control of this and bounce this up. I've got a Panthera, which I'm probably going to stream in the next 2 weeks. Because I have not streamed that yet. And then we go into the EMs. I've got 3 electromechanicals at the moment. A Gottlieb Soccer, a Gottlieb Pro Football, and a space time. All right, up the middle. Yeah, Roller Games is a fantastic machine. It really is. You know, Steve Ritchie design. Okay, again, no auto launches on these balls, right? So I have to launch that by hand and try not to do what I just did right there. Okay, now we get through. Oh, damn it. Darth Maul's gonna kick our ass, guys. Where is my balls? Come on, guys. And so this breaks the #1 rule of pinball, which is never take your hands off the machine. Oh, I got him. I got him. How did the so Revenge from Mars? I do have a coil in the back of that that's completely seized up. I ordered the parts through Todd, so whenever he gets them, he'll ship them to me, which will be fantastic. Can't wait for that, because the problem with Revenge right now is the large flipper coil that controls the gate for one of the shots isn't working. It's just completely seized up, and it's blowing one of the fuses, fuse 106. Fuse 106 also runs the lift thing in the back here. So when I switched the playfield out, everything runs fine on this. So it's definitely on the Revenge from Mars playfield, and it's nothing in the cabinet. So, because everything's functioning on this playfield fine. So it's definitely either in the wiring harness or that coil, and I'm guessing it's just that coil. It looked like it's original. You know, this cabinet is a Star Wars Episode 1 cabinet. So this is the playfield that has the serial numbers that match this cabinet. The Revenge from Mars cabinet, playfield, I don't know if that playfield... Oh, I didn't mean to do this. I hate this mode. But let's get it over with. The Revenge from Mars playfield, I don't really know a lot about, because it could either have been a factory playfield ordered from the factory, because you could order playfields and backglass art to swap between this cabinet. That's why this cabinet was the new way that Bally Williams was going to do it. Everything was going to be a kit. All right, let's see who our last subscriber was. We already did one for Purple Turper. Let's go Toy Boy. So TBY makes it work. Gotta get creative taking people's names in here. So I don't know a lot about the Revenge Revenge playfield and how much play it's really had, but that coil looks original, and so it wouldn't surprise me if that's an old coil that may have gotten stuck at one point. Jedi Master, you are. Oh, good, you're still here. So, yep, that one you're in here is that. Let's see when we beat you next. Also makes it fun, because then when you see this machine come up again, you know, you might get to see your old... Oh my word, that was horrible. Well, this one's not going to be a high-scoring game. That's the safer way to do it. A lot of people hated Star Wars Episode 1, and I understand why completely, but when you put it in concert with everything else that the Star Wars franchise has done, the kids who were kids when this movie came out are now really Star Wars fans. So even though this movie was made really for a younger audience, it did rejuvenate it, you know, for future generations, which I think is cool. Oh yeah, I love roller games for the same thing. The shameless advertisements, the random weird companies and call-outs that are in it, and the go for the wall, don't flip. The whole theming of it. And now, I used to watch the TV show Roller Games when I was a kid, and let's see, that was on one of the UHF channels. I was probably 10, 11, 12, and I remember watching Roller Games, and that music used to get stuck in your head every Saturday. Rock and roller games, you know, the whole thing. And so the one that I have was restored by a friend of mine who does amazing restorations as a hobby up here in this area. Did I just get a ball step? Oh no, it's on the other side. I didn't hear it roll. Alright, let's let R2 out. Alright, so that finishes that mode. I do have to fix this light in the middle here. That's the JE light. Yeah, I mean, I really, it's such a fun game. I was so proud to get it when he. So my friend Ryan McQuaid, who is the cephalopod here on Twitch and YouTube, he does amazing restorations in his free time, and his wife actually does roller derby, and he kind of got the game for her, but she didn't really like it, and they only have room in their house for 4 pinball machines. So she decided to get rid of it, and it went to a friend of his out in upstate New York, and he ran out of space in his collection. And I had told him the year before, at Pintastic actually, if you ever sell that machine, let me know, because I want it. Not just because, I wanted to kind of keep it in the family, make sure it didn't, go outside of someone who knew who restored it and everything. But because I also wanted one, and I got a good deal on it. The problem is we picked it up last October, November time frame. Oh, I can't believe that just did that. That was horrible. And it has not made it down to the basement yet because I haven't had the people and the manpower to bring it down here, because there is a bulkhead flight of stairs that lifting and bringing pinballs down is not easy, and so. It hasn't made it down here yet, which means it hasn't been streamed yet. And in my world, if it hasn't been streamed yet, it means it doesn't exist. So general rules of it's really all about modes. You're trying to kill Darth Maul multiple times, essentially. So each 4 modes that you complete, you light J, E, D, and I. Once you do that, the lightsaber boots up, and you go into a 3 to 4 ball multi-ball battle against Darth Maul. And rinse and repeat. Now, the good thing about this is you've got this very interesting screen that reflects on, hey, Todd. Glad you guys took a little bit of a break. Did you get to eat? Did you get to go potty? Did you get to go potty, Todd? I gotta make fun of you, Todd, because we went that whole time without going to the bathroom. Todd can probably tell you all the history about this machine and why he hates it so much. These things are heavy, by the way. Especially if they have the TV monitor in them. It's a monitor. It's not a television set. It's a monitor. Am I powered here? Oh yeah, that's powered. Okay, good. I saw an extra cord. No, this one's not an LED. This is an original one. This is the original fluorescent thing. I don't know if they make it. They should make an LED one, shouldn't they? I also just really like the layout of this machine. I think the design of it was really good. It's kind of laid out more as a modern pinball machine, where you've got your left outer orbit, you've got your 2 ramps, you've got a center shot in the middle that is your toy shot, essentially. I think this little screwy ramp over here that they do for the skill shot and where the extra ball shot is neat. I love that the bumper comes up in the middle to do the captive to kick it back out the top. I think that was great. The overall design is just a good design, even if it does have Jar Jar in it. Yeah, this thing does weigh 1 trillion pounds. And can you imagine if this had an actual monitor in it, Todd? So I start picking on Todd and I start losing, so maybe I should just ignore him. It's a television set. Yeah, these things are horribly heavy. And it's probably never leaving my house again. I did take it to... I took all of my machines to Rhode Island Comic-Con last year because some friends of mine were running the pinball arcade there. and they needed a lot of help, and so I went and did that. Had a really good time. Thanks for following, kid. That's awesome. I decided that this machine, my Addams Family and my Funhouse are probably never leaving my basement again. Just because if you've got a machine that the outside of the cabinet is in beautiful condition, you really shouldn't be moving it. You're just asking for it to get damaged. My other machines don't really care. You picking up a CRT for your man cave this weekend?
I'm Qui-Gon's in.
There we go. One center shot, bounce over, center shot, deflect, bounce over. So this is where we start clearing some of these with our lasers. Now we just move the destroyer in the middle and shoot up the middle and we're done. So if you notice on this machine, I've got some LED lighting. I'm going to be putting a YouTube video out soon talking about external LED lighting for streams, and if you just want to brighten up your playfield. You know, the company Pin Stadium's out there that does all sorts of interesting color change technology. But for those of you who know basic soldering and you know, really basic electronics, you can put yourself together a pair of these lights relatively cheaply. And I think anybody who owns a pinball machine probably has the skills to do it. Yeah, that's what those are here. These aren't the best ones that I have. I'm actually kind of an LED snob when it comes to certain things. There's actually a color rating that TV and film use to judge the color quality of LED lights. So these ones that I have on here right now are not very good color quality wise. And these are just these are just running off of standard USB connectors that I had laying around the house that I salvaged. And the plastic pieces that these are in are literally just pieces of trim that I had around the house, the LEDs, and I put them together with some magnets, real cheap. I do have some very nice high quality LEDs that have a higher than 95 rating out of 100 on their color quality, and both in color and bright white. And those are what, if you wanted just white ones, those are what I would suggest. These are multicolors, but I don't have them controlled at the moment. And they really do. If you're doing any type of streaming or shooting or anything, they really brighten up the play field. They're quick removable because they're just there with magnets, and they're not expensive to put together. So I actually have a YouTube video that I'm posting on my Pinball Princess Jillian channel as soon as I get done editing it. Isn't it always the editing that takes the longest part? Take care. Thank you for stopping by. I'll see you next time. TNT's going to be on Twitch tonight, honey, so if you want to do an SO TNT Amusements. That was a waste of a shot. Downtown. Oh, here we go. Here's the multi-ball. Here we come. Center drop is open. So we gotta hit the center shot to start this multi-ball. Just like that, to get that letter. That was our jackpot. Okay, now we got 3 balls in play with no relaunches. That's gonna stall that ball for me for a second while I prep that. Come on. There we go. At least I got an extra ball out of it, even though I lost the multi-ball. Okay. Alright. That was pretty good. That's not bad. Extra ball, still first ball.
Shoot again.
All right, let's try to get the skill shot. Oh, it rolled off the top instead of down the bottom, and then it rolled down the middle. That's a waste of an extra ball. Oh, there we go. That one was my fault. I needed to take a drink. That one was completely my fault. Boom, 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 boom. All right, now we're on ball 2.
Master, we're short on time.
Master, we're short on time. Oh, why did I not change this? I hate the sub-escape mode. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I will read that comment in a second when I drain this ball, because I see the word stern in it, which I think is probably an interesting conversation. Oh yeah, no, this is 20 years old, and it's a gorgeous machine. Gorgeous machine. And I'm so glad that Stern and Jersey Jack and everybody, some of the technology that came out of this machine is being used in those pins now. Jersey Jack has the same rail system that this uses, which I think is fantastic. I don't want to show it on stream, but it's so easy to slide this playfield out and not worry about ruining anything. It's got these nice bent rails on the bottom that protect everything. Makes it really easy to build a rotisserie for it if you need to do any work. So, I mean, I could see if these had taken off with a removable playfield as quickly as these were. Just having a rig and a test harness system that the vendors could have just put on these, told them everything they needed to know, and they could have just swapped playfields out of machines very easily. They had a universal case design that they were planning for this, which would have made it so that the cases would have been basically only branded like Bally Williams, Pinball 2000 logos or something on them, so that they would they'd be able to just change games and change playfields and translights. And that would have been it. Oh, I didn't want to do that mode. Oh, good, I'm not doing that mode. Oh. No, I'm doing this mode instead. Oof. I mean, I really could have seen this kicking off. It's unfortunate that Bally Williams decided slot machines were more interesting than these. You know, as some of you guys have been around have known, I worked for Warner Brothers Games for some years, credited in a bunch of video games, and WB essentially bought the remains of Midway's. Oh, damn, that was rough. Pinball went away. The slot machine business became WMS, and why did that calculate twice? And the video game division, essentially, which was the old Midway, got sold off to Warner Brothers and is now on NetherRealm Games. But when I look at the technology and how this was all built and put together, it really is the best of its time. I mean, if you love early 90s Bally Williams games the way I do, this is just it. It's everything put together. Interesting thing would be is if you could build new playfields for this now. But working in the games industry, we used to make jokes about seeing Bally Williams and the slot machine companies looking for programmers at the Game Developers Convention every year. And game developers literally used to say slot machine programming is where game developers go to die. when they're done with the pushed hard deadlines and the layoffs and everything, when they're ready to actually retired, you go into slot machine developing. And I have to say, some of those games are pretty cool. They would always bring slot machines to the Game Developers Convention every year to show them off. And they'd be set on free play there in the middle of the floor, and they would show you, they had the keys to get into all the little demo modes and to show, you know, test modes and all sorts of things, which was pretty interesting. But I mean, some of these slot machine games were pretty advanced, you know. It was always interesting to see them and talk to them. And as you saw, the magnet just gave us a little extra help there and jumped it up the play field. I know there's an extra ball. Thank you, Jar Jar. I wanted my Jedi letter.
You still have much to learn.
There we go. I think it would be cool if I could build another playfield for this cabinet. That'd be neat. The problem with it is I'm always concerned about breaking the glass. You know, where it's a special piece of glass to do this reflection on it, and you don't see them often. So my back glass is actually signed for the Revenge from Mars, is signed by George Gomez. I met him at the Pintastic convention 2 years ago. He was there signing things, as well as people like Todd and others. And even let Frank sign stuff last year, I think. Come on. Ball up there. Thank you. Oh, Frank is so fit. You're one to talk. God, look at your old videos from like 2 weeks ago. Oh! Alright, ball one, and we're waiting on a multi-ball. So this could be a good game. This could be a good game. We'll find out in a second. I have to get it. I just have to shoot it up the middle. Like that, but it didn't stick. Ugh. Todd would call this thing a piece of crap. Alright, here we go. So now, I need to... Alright, so this is that multi-ball that... Oh, we got an extra ball. That's nice. Oh, I just missed that one completely. So again, the problem with this mode is, because you don't have an auto plunge, you need to time when you're going to plunge these balls to try to juggle them all, to keep them in the air, because it takes more time to re-plunge than it does just to make bad shots and keep them in the air. Right now, that was a good time to re-plunge because I could take my hand off of one of the flippers. Now I got one down. Now I pull that one back in as I try to do that. Pop that one back in quick. Good, we got 3 in again. We only got a couple more shots on Darth Maul here before he, I didn't actually get the ball plunged, which is bad. There we go. Alright, there we go. So it shuts the flippers off, turns the GI off, gives me my ball back. We're still ball 1. Watto's mode is who we're playing as right now. We got 41 million. This is a pretty good one.
Plunge the ball and use your flippers.
So, again, those of you who aren't familiar, I'm Pinball Princess Jillian. I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, starting around 8, usually end around 10, 10:30, 11. Tonight we'll be tossing over to Todd between 10 and 10:30 with the twins. They're out of TNT, and they'll be streaming you into the night. And so if you guys just hang out here, we will do a raid train, and we'll just move from us to them, and then from them to somebody else, and we'll just keep going. If you want to help support the channel, I appreciate it. I do want to get up to my 15 subscriber goal. That unlocks more little emoticons, so I can get the rest of my pinball ones back on the channel again. That is, I think it's $4.99 a month, of which I think I get like half of it. But you can subscribe up above, and following is free, so please follow me. That's going to alert you when I'm on and streaming, give you updates. And all my social media links below. I love chatting with people, talking with people. Trying to build a small Facebook page, YouTube page, and a Facebook page to, try to spread some pinball love. Now, unlike Todd, who does pinball and vintage games, vintage arcade games, I just do pinball. And the reason for that is because Todd doesn't do pinball and vintage arcade very well, and I just need to specify in one thing, because I'm just better off that way. Oh my goodness. Alright, good. We got that one. This mode's the one that I like to use the lasers in, because there's just so many things you have to shoot at. It just takes so long. It's so much easier to go bing, bing. This is the video game portion of the cabinet. Alright, so both those guys now decide to settle in the middle. Knock him out, knock him out. Up the middle to him in a second. Nudge, 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 come on. Alright, good, that was a good reset. Oh my word, and I still missed it. Good save. There we go, up the middle. I'd like to toss over to Todd a little earlier than 10:30. If possible. If he can be ready for once. Although, my viewers did really enjoy me watching me do tech support for you last 2 weeks ago. Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hope to see you back here again soon. Like I said, I'm going to try to do some more YouTube content. I used to do a lot of photo, video editing and things when I was in high school and college. Actually was in the U.S. military and was stationed at the Defense Photography School and the Defense Information Schools. So, I have a lot of... Man, that was so beautiful. Someone clip that. That was just a beautiful little sequence there. And then I drain it. Nope, the glass is on. It's right here. It's right here. Yes, Todd's gonna be streaming Elvis tonight, as well as Lucky 7, and should be a great stream. You've got some real pinheads there tonight with the twins and John and Crystal there. John and Crystal are real pinheads. They are rebuilding a fun house, putting a new play field in it, because I guess the one they have is trashed, as they said. I haven't seen it. But I was there when they bought that play field. Okay, so we get a multi-ball here. 2 captives, so now we have a multi-ball. It's going to launch me a ball. I have to hit the center target, though. And then it'll release the other 2 for us. So we're just going to go right up and hit that center target. Now it's going to kick the other 2 balls. Now this does not give us our balls back. So we drain these, they're gone. Like, that one's gone. That one's gone. I wish I could have recovered during the grace period to get that last jackpot shot. We did get 2 out of 3 jackpots on that 3-ball multi-ball, though, which is pretty good. Be mindful of the living force, young Padawan. Be mindful, young Padawan. The only real pinhead that actually works at TNT, I mean, the twins are volunteers and honorary employees. They don't actually derive their living from TNT, so then they're employees, but they're not employees. It's kind of interesting. But out of the people who are full-time and have been with Todd for many, many years, Kurt's the only one who is really good at pinball. Everybody else is good, but Kurt's actually really good at video games too. So, actually, Kurt's really good. Which I'm sure you guys have all seen from Todd's videos from time to time. Kurt! Yes, this does have a new core in it. So this is running a new core computer in it, and it's as well as the new core sound amp. That way you can get rid of the burning ROMs back and forth to change out the software. I hate this mode. It hates me. Do you see how difficult? I mean, I just hit that. I just hit that shot. This is the mode that never ends. It just pisses Jillian off and off, my friend. Oh, Cyclone's a great game, too. I hate this mode. Why did I pick this mode? What was I thinking, Todd? It's like it knows what shot you're gonna hit. There it is, ball 3 done. 70. Oh, wait a minute. Keep shooting. This annoys me so much because, oh. All right. Who are we giving this to? We giving this to Todd? Is this Todd's? Let's give it to Todd. It's the best score he's gonna get. And there's one for TNT. Yeah, we all like the clowns that Todd has around him, too. Alright, let's see what we got. A skill shot. I need to replace that spring. So, I have one switch I need to fix in Panthera before I can stream it. One of the drop target switches, because it does have computer-controlled drop targets. It's not registering that the target's down, so it's probably just a switch adjustment, because I don't think it's a matrix issue. Could be an issue in the matrix. No, it's a switch issue. So I'm going to try to adjust those switches and get those cleaned up real quick, and then we will stream Panthera. That's a machine that I had never actually planned on keeping. Panthera is one of those machines that I had always bought to clean up and just stream for about a year and sell. So if I had it my way, Panthera would not be home this weekend. It would have been at Pintastic. So, yeah, Comet's a good machine too. They're both good machines. So I'll eventually be selling that machine. I don't know how. I had to put a new board in it, so that always just ruins the whole experience. The system board in it was shot, so I put a new all-in-one Rotten Dog in it, and that's running great. Oh, come on, stay in. Oh, come on. That was supposed to catch the ball up top. So everybody, thanks for joining in. Really appreciate it. Again, you know, you can follow, you can sub, you can stand by and lurk in the background. We do have some commands in chat that you can use. So if you're just lurking in the background, all you have to do is put explanation lurk, L-U-R-K, and that'll just give us a little alert. I'm going to have emojis set to those. You can do all sorts of stuff with this cool streaming software. We can have alerts show up on the screen and things. We can play little songs from these alerts. I don't have a lot of them set up at the moment because I'm changing the bots. I'm moving completely over to Streamlabs' bot system from Nightbot and MooBot. And I plan to do a custom overlay through a system that I'm building. There it goes. Oh, those hardtops are really neat. I've seen them, I've felt them, I've played them. So much better than the crappy, you know, stick-on overlay. Oh my word! What a waste of a ball. I gave it back. It was nice. So much better than this crappy stick-on overlays, which have like no comparison to those hardtops. I wish they made hardtops for. Oh, it did the, yep. I will fix that in 1 second. The capture card for that, I might have kicked it or something, I don't know. Now the question is, can I fix it? Oh, the face cam went down. Oh, shit, the face cam went down. That is because some idiot, the idiot's me by the way, probably forgot to plug the power into it, is my guess. Alright, it's back up now. I don't know for how long. We'll find out. I haven't seen the hardtops play any faster. Well, the hardtops definitely play faster than an overlay sticker, and definitely faster than a beaten up, worn out playfield. But I don't feel they play any faster than a normal replacement or new playfield. And I think they are so much of a better alternative than sticking something to a playfield. And you just put those overlays on. The thing is I wish they made them for more machines. I really, you know, I think a lot more machines could be saved if they made a full line of everything. You know, I know countless high speeds and fun houses and getaways and all sorts of games that that are just trashed. I mean, I want a Stern. I would really like a Meteor or an early Stern, and so many of those are completely trashed and roached too. You know, yeah, and the clear coat playfield is basically a piece of plastic. It's a high thickness mill. I forget how thick it is. It's not very thick. Piece of plastic that goes down that's printed on the reverse side. And it's just such a simple concept, and it's still such a great idea.
Once those droids take control of the surface, they will take control of you.
Yeah, no, and I agree. Those games deserve a second life. And some people think putting a replacement playfield in a cabinet is taking the soul out of the machine. A friend of mine told me that, and I don't think so. I think these machines were meant to be played and enjoyed, and anything that's going to keep these machines going, it should be done. I'm fine with replacing electronics. I'm fine with, you know, getting these things to a point where they can be run for future generations. I do agree, though, that the original ones should be worth more. If you have an original home use only Addams Family, you know, you should get a better price for that than a completely redetailed machine. And that's not what's always happening. You know, and I think that's the interesting part there, is that certain companies, restorations, and I'm not picking on Todd here, by the way, at all, but there are high-end restoration companies that replace play fields and redo everything in the machine, and they want this a very expensive premium for the machine, whereas I would rather have
Queen needs you to save her.
an original machine with I don't know. I think you know what I'm trying to say. I don't think I'm saying it very succinctly at the moment, but I'm not paying a premium for a rebuilt machine. I'm paying a premium for a mint condition machine. So if you get a home use only machine, it should be worth more than a machine that has a replacement playfield in it, and that's not always what's happening. People are judging it on the condition of the machine as opposed to the condition of the machine with replacement parts. Alright, so the face cam is down again. I'm going to tell you what the problem with that is. I'll be right back.
Plunge the ball and use your flippers.
I'm going to see if that extends it. Nope, it's not. Alright, so let me change the battery in it.
Plunge the ball and use your flippers.
Give me a minute, I gotta find a battery to put in.
Plunge the ball and use your flippers.
Yeah, Anakin, shut up. We know what to do. I'll plunge the ball when I'm damn good and ready. Here it comes.
Plunge the ball.
Okay, there we go. See, what happens is, if you leave these things on without the power plugged in, the battery wears down. And then even if you're plugged in and there's not enough battery in it, it complains. So I just put a new battery in it. The good thing is I'm not tripping over cables the way I am usually on this machine. It's very, very bad when you have a 3 or a 4 camera setup going. You get cameras for the DMD and things that really get intrusive into you playing, and then you end up catching your hands and stuff on them. That was a close hit. All right. Okay. Now let's just go right up the middle. Well, there should be one more shot up the middle. Now we're gates open. Now all I have to do is get in the middle again. Well, enjoy. Lurk around in the background. We'll be here. Okay, I'm going to hold the ball. In the middle, catch. Back to the middle, catch. Ooh, that was close. Back to the middle. Pod racer mode seems fine for me. We haven't done that one in a little while. That's the other thing that's nice about being able to change your own modes is if you haven't played a mode all night or you really hate a mode, you can avoid it for a while, you know. So those of you who are not hardcore pinball people, just remember rule number 1, when in doubt, just don't flip. And I make that joke and people always are like, what is she talking about? But the truth of the matter is half of pinball is actually knowing when to flip and when not to flip.
This is tense.
When to catch and when to bounce. And sometimes I know those things, and sometimes I don't. The other half of it is nudging, whether my wife likes to admit that or not. My wife hates people who nudge pinball machines. Me,
Concentrate on the moment.
I hate people who slam pinball machines. You know, but nudging's part of the game. Alright, we trip Jar Jar, we collect one, collect another. Oh, I was gonna say, and collect one more and we're done with it. But, ooh, Waddles jump shop. We'll find out what you need. Alright, 2-ball multi-ball. Or 3-ball multi-ball, I'm sorry. We get to launch one up and then hit that center target. Oh, I thought you had to hit the center target before it started it. Alright, so we got 2 jackpots out of 3. Oh, we got an extra ball though, so we get a ball save. Hey, Mom, how are you? We're here playing Star Wars Episode 1 today. We finished up the live sale for TNT just it's like 8:30, and they're setting up to do their live stream for, oh my god, it's already 10 o'clock. Todd, you should be ready soon. Hey Lou, how are you? Ooh, saved. Alright, let's dead bounce that. Oh, come on. Come back to me. Not that way. It's not the way I wanted you to come back. It's not what I wanted you to do. I wanted you to stay here. Alright. Alright. One more center shot. We're done there. Here's our multi-ball without auto plunge. Now this is the hard one, guys. We gotta time everything here to beat Darth Maul, the Sith Lord. Alright, so I should have 3 balls in play now. And basically, I'm shooting for the center shot or either of the side ramps. The side ramps will give you better points, but the problem with that is getting it there, and with all of this flipping. Because you never actually get them to come down just like that to try to get it to go up. You're better off... Oh, damn. We did keep 3 balls in there for a long time without a plunge. Come on, stay in. Alright. Ugh. Yeah, I got him. I got him. Doesn't matter what happens here. I got him. That was it right there. Alright. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, it wants me to plunge the last ball. I figured it would just let me keep it there. Now you're gonna register? I think she's stuck. She thinks there's a ball stuck somewhere. There is a ball stuck somewhere. lie. We do actually have a stuck.
Be careful.
And I just tilted. Damn you. Oh, we have a stucky, everyone. Okay. Alright. Here we go. That was unfair. But who cares? Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Todd, are you guys ready to start going live out there? Oof. Nothing you can do about that. Do we want to do pod racing? Well, we don't have a choice anymore, so here we go. Let's go there. Back to the middle. Back to the middle. One more time. That mode's fine. Down the ramp.
Master, destroyers!
Monster destroyers. Funny thing is, I remember playing this game in the late 90s, early 2000s. It was at a movie theater near my house. I remember even then thinking this platform was pretty damn neat. But I can see how a lot of pinball people didn't like it, actually, because it did video gamify pinball. And so a lot of people probably looked at this as, is it a video game or is it a pinball machine? And especially where the theme of this was, this one in particular was very... Star Wars Episode 1 was really fanned for the young kids, so, you know, is it a video game, you know, for the movie, or is it actually a pinball machine, was a lot of people's thinking. I mean, it's apparent it's a pinball machine, but... It's got a giant metal ball that rolls around with flippers. The average kid can't play this. Not very good, at least. I'm gonna turn that coil up in the back. Okay, so we got a Jar Jar tripped. Got 2 Jar Jar things. And we're just gonna get one more. So I have to hit a ramp or that little spot right there. Let's nail a spinner. It's funny because there's not even a spinner there. I love actual physical spinners and opto spinners, but there's no spinner there. You're just hitting a thing that, you know. Let me see what that comment says. Hang on. Yeah, no, and the layout is very open on this machine, I agree. And actually, that's why I kind of compare it to some of the Stern machines from, I don't know, 2007, 8, 9, 10. Those generations of areas where you just had a very open center of the playfield. So it was very laid out that way, where you have, you know, an outer orbit, you have an inner orbit, you have your toy shot in the middle, and then you have your ramp shots on either side. The fun thing about the ramp is the automatic diverter in there. The fun thing about the toy shot is there is a you really can't see the mechanism, but a rubber set that jumps up and down to let the ball get captive from behind to throw it back up to the ramps. And a lot of time those are actually not working. Oh, I should have just left my flippers down and let it fall. That was ball 3. No big score there. Even that was too much to hit the... And it's good!
The force be with you.
Light extra ball. Nope, hold bonus. I don't care about holding the bonus. Oof, almost. Alright, little light touch. One more. There we go. Ugh. All that time and attention to get a 1,000,000-point skill shot just to drain the ball. So I hope everybody had a great Saturday afternoon. I hope everybody... Hey, Owl, how are you? Hope everybody's staying safe and taking care of themselves and their families. A lot going on in the U.S. right now. You know, this is a nice escape from all of that, so we try not to talk political, try not to talk about any of that, but except to say I hope you're all taking care and
Concentrate on the moment.
doing what you guys think is right, whether it's distancing or whatever. So, we're here playing Star Wars Episode 1 on the glorious Pinball 2000. Yeah, so this actually has the new core system in it, so I have both play fields and have replaced this. The CRT monitor in here has been replaced with an LCD, oh, that was horrible, computer monitor. So with that, I'm able to split the output there and be able to do both direct video and audio out of this machine, which is super nice. And I do have both play fields, so we have Star Wars Episode 1 as well as Revenge from Mars. And Revenge from Mars, everybody knows, is the superior game to this. But I have both of them, and you got to give this one some love, you know. I mean, this was a good game built on really good technology and a really good platform, and most people don't stream these because they are hard to stream. It's hard to capture the hologram effect without the direct capture. I could move the camera down a little more so that you guys could see the direct capture better. If people really want to, but you're getting probably the best gameplay visuals you're ever going to get out of one of these. Oh, good. We got a 3-ball multi-ball here. So what's going to happen is it's going to give me another ball in my shooter lane here, and then we get jackpot shots. So we get the first one. We have to hit in the middle, like that. Oh, come on. Oh, that was horrible. I was trying to get control of the balls, and that just didn't happen, as you guys saw. We do have an extra ball from that, though, which is kind of nice.
Your focus determines your reality.
So we've got the J and the E lit already. Oh, we got the extra ball, too. So I think that's 2 back. Now we have the D. So we get 1 more, and that's going to drop us into a 4-ball multi-ball. But the interesting thing about this is Revenge from Mars had an electronic button push with a coil here to auto-launch the balls for you. And Star Wars Episode 1 has a shooter rod. So when you're doing the 4-ball multi-ball, or I think it might be 3-ball multi-ball, with ball save, you have to launch. Okay, here you are. You have to launch your own ball, so you have to time this very correctly. All right, let's see. So we're gonna have one on the table already. I launched this one. Wait, go. Should be getting the next one right now. So there's that. It should give me the other one now. There we go. That one, ooh, that one was almost done. Okay, so I got one in the shooter lane right now. So I gotta launch that. Oh, that was horrible. Awful, I tell you. Oh, get that one out. Oh, man, I missed that one. Okay, oh my god, Darth Maul's gonna kick my ass. One ball on the playfield at the moment. Okay, there we go. Now we got 3 out here, but none of them are hitting anything interesting. Up the middle, come on. Up the middle again, come on. Alright, we gotta hit Darth Maul a few more times here. That stalled that one. Oh, God. That was awful! Okay, so we got all 3 balls in play. No, we don't. Doesn't matter, we're gonna win this. I just need to get one more good shot on him. Here we go. So yeah, no, there is no auto launch because this game came with shooter rod instead of push button, where Revenge from Mars has a push button. So the Revenge from Mars has the coil to do the auto launching, but the Star Wars Episode 1, they, for some reason, the designer wanted a standard shooter rod. So you have a 3-ball multi-ball with ball save, right? And you have to completely come over here the whole time and launch it. And I think it's really challenging. You know, because you have to try to time it the best you can, because taking your hand off of machines is never good. Not a lot of games that do that, that had a multi-ball like that with a ball save that didn't have an auto launch on it. Now it would be, and it's interesting because the button for the launch is in here, obviously, because it's for both cabinets, and I switch them back and forth. It's just this playfield was never set up to have that auto launch coil. And I'm so grateful that I got to have one of these, especially with both the playfields. You know, when you think about it, there's I basically have 2 machines in the same cabinet. All I have to do is switch a back glass and a playfield and reboot it. And that's fantastic. It kind of stinks because if it was the only 2 machines you have, it'd be hard to have a pinball party with 2 machines, 2 playfields that you have to swap back and forth. But when you've got 10 machines and you've got people over, and it only takes you a few minutes to change it out, especially if you have somebody else here with you to hold the glass, because that's the biggest thing, is make sure that the playfield glass doesn't get broken. Alright, we are going to shoot at that, shoot at that, and now all I have to do is save this ball. There we go. Give it to me. Oh, give it to a flipper, please. There we go. Yeah, and you know something, I would be surprised if I couldn't figure out the wiring for a coil and change the programming. It probably wouldn't be that hard to do, to set this up so that it would auto launch. But I think kind of part of the sport of and charm, oof, that was bad, and charm of this game is that it doesn't have the auto launch, is that the designer wanted a pull rod on it, and that you have to shoot it manually, and you have to time that, because you have to, you know, of course, think about having a hand off of the machine, and it's obviously going to be your right hand, so you have to know that your right flipper is going to be empty while you go and pull that. No, why?
I was curious.
I did hear a chirp on my phone a few minutes ago. Oh, okay. No, I haven't. Oh, and I just drained the ball because my wife's talking to me. It's her fault.
Sorry. I'm just making sure that we're gonna be available in 15 minutes.
Yeah, I know. It's okay.
Here it comes!
So Todd and those guys should be getting ready. Damn it. Do you want to call out there for me?
Shoot again!
Not really.
Oh, you'll have to hit
Plunge the
0.
ball and use your flippers.
Yeah, I think it's kind of an oversight too, but I think it makes the game more challenging, which kind of makes me like it more. Of course, I like the game because I own it, so...
Hey, it's Megan. Where are you guys at for starting?
The Gungan Battle. I haven't played this mode in forever, come to think of it. Oh! Alright, so the purpose of this mold is I have to shoot wherever that catapult thing is. So it will shoot the ground troops. It's actually a pretty good game. We've done... oh, that was pretty bad. We did pretty well there. That was ball 3. 72 million is not a bad score. Who are we giving this to? Well, we'll give this one to Owl. Okay. Oh, there you go. That's... I don't remember the last time I cleared these scores. And so the further you go through the game, the further you go.
Oh my.
All right, let's do it. Bothers me that that E is on right now. I really want to reach under there, but I know I can't reach it. I'm sure that when I put it in, just some common GI wire is just barely touching something, and I so want to just fix it because it's bothering me. Oh, all that to hit a captain ball that didn't give me any points right now. So thanks everybody who came over and joined tonight. I'll be on for a while, watching Todd's stream with the guys. So I'll probably be there and chat for a bit. Again, I'm here every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, starting around 8 o'clock. And you know, the more people we get, the more I'll stream. So, you know, sometimes after working Monday, you don't really feel like streaming, but if I know there's going to be a community and an audience here, I'll make sure to do it. And I usually take some votes on what the next games we're going to be playing is. I know that I do want to get Panthera up and running 100% and stream that. And I know I want to get roller games down here to the basement and get up and streaming on that as well. Ooh, that was a good dig save. Did you see that? That.
You still have much to learn, my young apprentice.
And that's what I was saying earlier, you guys, when I was saying that this machine does tilt. Oh, thank you for the follow, Arrow. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you soon. Want to do a... Yes, we could totally do a tournament sometime. You will totally beat me, of course, because I'm not that great at this machine. But we can totally do that, and we can joint stream that. We can make that happen. I would totally be down with that. Put yours on one side, mine on the other, and both of our captures or whatever in the middle, and get them hooked up. Send me a message. Yeah, we'll make that happen. All my social media stuff's down below, so just pick one. Again, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. What are you trying to do?
Might I serve you?
30-something?
30-something.
Is he thinking of not streaming? Is he too tired?
Recently, yes. Wait.
Okay, one more shot for R2-D2. Good catch in the captive. And if anybody needs any advice on streaming gear, streaming rigs, any of that, as you can see, I've been doing technology for quite a few years. I am a gearhead, so I love talking about gear. We can talk all about the lenses that I use here for this, and the camera model numbers, and the capture card, and the audio stuff. I love talking gear, so just as much as I love talking pinball, sometimes more. Oh, awful. So what I want to do, I'm using Streamlabs OBS, so Streamlabs. I have used both. I'm currently using Streamlabs because that is what Todd is using, and that's what my wife is using. And I like to be able to help them. And the easiest way to help people that remotely, especially in Todd's case, is to be working on the same gear. That makes all the difference in the world. So when Terry's having a problem, I can literally go to the audio mixer that I have and tell her exactly, hey, there should be a knob here that looks like this, you know. So when Todd and TNT were buying the new microphones, we got them the same microphones that Megan, my wife, uses for her stream. And I had him buy the same audio mixer that I have her using. So that it was easy for me to support. So I can just go, hey, go here and type this. So at the moment, I'm using Streamlabs OBS as opposed to just OBS or some of the other ones. And I'm not timing my launch of my balls correctly here, as you can tell. That was a good point. Come on, get in there. We should be done in like one shot here, right? I mean, if I hit the center shot one more time, I should have this guy. That's gotta be it. Yep, that's it. So, yeah, I'm proficient in all of these little programs, but I tend to like using the same gear with people. It helps with tech support. So if you were here last Saturday when Todd was having problems getting his Streamlabs to go, I just had my wife bring down the streaming laptop that we have that she uses for her stream. And I was able to just go, hey, if you push this button and find this little gear icon, you'll see something that says this, and set this to that, and you should be good. Which, it's always nice to be able to help with that. So we got another multi-ball coming up here. This one will have a center bonus, and then the 2 ramps will be bonuses as well. So I gotta hit the center bonus first, then the 2 ramp bonuses, and then it moves out again. So we just gotta make the shot that I just missed. Now this is not a multi-ball with a ball save, so we're over right there. And we did not get anything. The only thing I can do is suit that to relaunch. Now I can try to get the center shot again for the sympathy jackpot. Alright.
Too reckless.
Called me reckless. You haven't seen Reckless yet. You'll find out what you need. No money, no parts, no deal. Alright, who's this one going to? Email. How about you? We're going to go EMD. How about that? Email delete. There you go. So one thing I would like to do is try to remove the computer from this completely and try to get this to run on something like a Raspberry Pi. I think I might be able to get the whole system to run off a Pi 4. Let's see. Just imagine if you took out the computer in this, it could be completely solid state again. In the Raspberry Pi, you could run... I mean, I could also just replace it with a solid state drive. Ooh, that was... Oh, what a waste. What a waste. It was a good game until you did that. Outlaned. Misa hungry. Yeah, you have a Pi running 25,000 games. Running MAME, yeah. I built Megan one of those a few years ago. She never used it. So I actually stole the Pi back out of it because it was an older one. And I needed it for a DMD extender in Adam's family. So I promised her I'll build her another one. I even had a little classic Nintendo case for it. Come on, I just got one shot to make here to end this mode, so why don't you just let me capture the ball and do that. Well, a lot of people that are arcade collectors hate MAME because, you know, they've got this collection of actual coded chips that go into memory and all of that. And they pay that premium for that experience, the original experience. And you know, it's a different version than what it originally was. And those are extreme collectors who want the originals. Kind of like people who, you know, they hate virtual pinball. I actually don't mind virtual pinball. I don't think it's pinball, but because the physics on it isn't as random in my mind. We're just playing a video game at this point right now, right?
I can't believe it.
Alright, we got it up there and hit the opto. Okay. 3-ball multi-ball coming in. Oh, we're losing this one, guys. Jillian's timing's off. She's getting tired. Ooh, that was a good save. Good dig on that one. Okay, missed the dig on that one, but that's okay because it's already back in play. This one's back in play in a second. Oh, good. They got him. Yeah, illegal ROMs are a thing. It's not pinball, it's a tribute. I kind of agree with that. But, you know, there are people in places in the country that don't have the great supply of games. I mean, it's going to come to a point where you're not going to see a funhouse on location ever again. And so, some of those classic games being able to be played by people through a virtual cabinet is better than never being able to listen to Rudy insult you at all, right? I just saw a message from Mr. Todd, says they'll be ready shortly. Do you need me to help you get your stream keys or anything together? Remember to change your OBS over to Twitch. Almost ready though, okay. Yeah, and you know, for those people who are never going to get to experience that game, you know, it's better than not experiencing it at all. And that's the important thing to me. I mean, as I watched final credits on video games roll for online games. A lot of the MMOs and things, that, you know, where there's games been shut down, there's no server components. You know, World of Warcraft is a wildly popular game, and at some point, they are going to shut that game off. And all of the development efforts that everybody went into, that they're never going to see those again. And that's the same thing. I mean, at some point, all of the fun houses are not going to be on location. They're going to be in people's private collections, like mine. And it's already to the point, when's the last time you went to a pinball convention? I don't mean a tournament where people bring games, but, you know, a free-to-play room and you saw a fun house in there. And I'm just picking Funhouse out of the list. Well, because there is a lot of, yeah, they're delicate. I mean, I was stupid for bringing the Funhouse to Rhode Island. I think it was worth it. Didn't break anything. Same thing with Addams Family. Addams Family, I think you'll always see on location with replacement play fields and things. But like High Speed, I mean, those are getting harder and harder to find. I mean, fortunately, they remade High Speed into Getaway. But these Pin 2000 cabinets, you're not going to see these on location anywhere. And if you do, it's at a classic arcade or something like that, you know, where those are few and far between. Last time I was out at the Pinball Hall of Fame in Las Vegas. All right, who's this one going to? Who was it? I saw you, so we're gonna go Boo. I'm just gonna say boo. How about that? That one's for you. So B. There you go. That one's yours. Yeah, it's gonna be harder and harder to see these things on location.
Yeah.
Do you want to go upstairs?
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, and that's true. I mean, I think you're right, but that's only for the games that they can get licensing rights for. And a lot of these games, you know, the manufacturers are so out of business that finding the person to do the negotiation for the licensing rights, even for a virtual pin, is getting harder and harder. And yeah, I mean, it would be nice if Chicago Gamings would remake some of these other machines. But until then, I think, you know, what Todd has done with TNT, and I'll say this, you know, like Todd's brand of humor. What is System 32? Are you having a problem? System 32 is your operating system location for Windows, for a 32-bit operating system. Which makes me think you installed a driver of some sort and have now, it is searching for something in Windows that is getting overwritten, is what it used to be in the old days. Todd, this is why it's bad that I stream right before you, because I can't be tech support and streaming at the same time. Well, I can be, but everybody laughed at you. So yeah, I mean, like or hate Todd's brand of humor, think of the thousands of machines that have been saved there. Everybody makes fun of the fact that, you know, TNT has thrown some machines off the roof, and I think Todd's made it clear that those machines were not sellable, because if they are, he would have sold them. That was a horrible game. 10 million in this machine. That's bad, guys. That's a bad game. I have a bad feeling about this. I don't want to play that mode. Yeah, and the games were worth so much less. Yeah. I mean, we all know that any component in those machines that was savable, you took out. I mean, that goes without saying. And I thoroughly believe that any cabinet's worth $250. I mean, if you have a solid cabinet, someone can make something out of it. They can use it for parts for something else, but it comes to a point where if you've got a cabinet that's been wet, you don't want to touch it. You know, when you've got a cabinet that has been extremely wet, there's no saving it at that point. And I've seen it in so many EM machines over the last few years, is that people, they stick them in the dampest, most mildewy basement, or they stuck an old EM pin in their pool shed, right? And they pulled it out when the kids were outside playing in the 70s, out back at the pool, and you know, it smells like it was kept in a pool shed, you know. Yeah, we know you're not stupid. Well, some of us know you're not stupid, but you know, and then no one wants those machines. You know, no one wants those machines. When you talk about cat piss, we've all seen that. I mean, the countless amount of EMs that I've seen over the years that have mouse nests in them, and they smell it. You just smell it, you know it, and what are you supposed to do? You can't save them all. No amount of Lysol in the back of that cabinet is gonna save a mouse rat infested urine soaked cabinet. I mean, like, look at those cabinets that were in that warehouse that you just pulled out recently, where the paint was falling off the glass because it was so wet. And those games weren't even that old. I think that was the worst part of it. And, you know, it's interesting because, yeah, there's just no way to air some of them out. I mean, you take the components out and you make 2 cases out of 1. I mean, and that's what has to be done. And that means, you know, there's 1 less case out there. There's 1 less original cabinet. And when you look at, like, you cannot even imagine. Let's just think of how many machines Frank has never seen that he's saving with those battery boards. I mean, that was the #1 problem with all those electronics, right? Was that, you know, battery acid damage killed tons of original boards. You pull that out and you put a Frank battery board in it, that machine's saved now. You know, no one's going to be able to neglect that and do that. My focus determines my reality. Not my perception. My focus. I've always thought these pop bumpers over here were kind of stupid. They could have been placed someplace else.
How might I serve you?
Now, I think I just saw Todd start streaming on YouTube instead of Twitch, because he has not reset his stream settings. Now, Todd is going to be streaming with the boys some great games tonight. Ugh, airball. Right, but no leakage. Rotten Dog makes some good stuff. I have some Rotten Dog boards for my System 80 machines. Those work really well. Rotten Dog also makes some good displays for the older machines. I was really a Gottlieb System 80 nut for a while. I really got all into how that worked and bought all the components and all of that to be able to, you know, be able to repair those and test all of those. But then it just came to a point where I found that it was much cheaper just to buy a replacement Rotten Dog all-in-one board. And the good thing about having the all-in-one board is you got little dip switches on it to change the game program, so that you could just change the game, because all of the ROMs were on it, just set by dip switch settings, which is fantastic. Because if you're having a problem on, let's say, Royal Flush Deluxe or Panthera, you can just grab that board and switch it between machines to test it. So what often ends up being my test harness here in the house is Rack 'em Up. Because Rack 'em Up, when it comes to like a driver board, it's got all these numbers, right? All of these lights, and the game logic is keying off those lights for the pool rack that you're lighting. And so it's a very easy thing to just pop those boards from a different machine in it and go, is it the machine, or is it you know, is it a wiring problem, is it a lighting problem, or is it a board problem? And being able to test that so quickly is great. Because any of you who have done any work on any Gottlieb System 80s know that the diagnostics are non-existent. You're basically left to your own devices. Yeah, and the dip switches on it are very clear as well, so it's makes it even easier for anybody to know which way's on and which way's off. Now, that being said, it doesn't do all System 80s. Like, System 80Bs. There's a bunch of games that the only way to get a replacement board for those, Rotten Dog and all of them don't make it. So stuff like Monte Craplo, you have to go through somebody like Fred Schwimmer. Now, Schwimmer makes amazing boards when you can get them. You have to contact him, and you have to wait.
I sense a disturbance in the force.
But if you can get a hold of him, and he has the boards in stock, so easy, so great. The other thing is the driver boards and the system board. He's replaced the interconnect cable between the two of those in System 80 with a standard ribbon cable. I think it might be a 40 pin or something. I don't remember. But that is so nice because I don't care what anyone says, especially you, Todd. I do run ground wires all over my System 80 machines. It's a belt and suspenders approach. I do the Gottlieb bulletin that you talk about, but I also link them all together. And with that interconnect cable and his boards, he actually puts a lug on there so that you can screw right into it and connect all your other boards. So you're not really soldering leads to everything and connecting them together. You've got a terminal lug for it. X-Pin makes an awesome power supply for the System 80s. Again, has a lug with LEDs and everything, but Todd's absolutely right. The original power supplies for those System 80 machines are really good if you just do a couple little things to them. And so you don't even need to get a replacement. So click, 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 click. Oh, I didn't even get to hit it. I didn't even get to flip at it.
Your focus determines your reaction.
And System 80s, you know, the only thing that could have made that better is if Gottlieb had went to the bigger flippers sooner. I like the Bally Williams flippers. I like the big chunky. I don't like the short little chunky ones. I like these long thin ones. I think they play better. I think the rubber, you know, it's better. All right. Yeah, the System 80 power supplies are good. And so what I've replaced a couple of power supplies for System 80s and taken the old ones and rebuilt them and stuck them on the shelf, you know, as spares. And they're very easy to modify too if you do want to put in additional LEDs in there, which a lot of people do. Just so you can make sure you're getting the right voltage and the right diagnostics, because the System 80 stuff just had bad diagnostics. Unlike this machine has the greatest diagnostics I've ever seen. Because you've got a full computer there, you know? Although I think Jersey Jack's diagnostics are pretty awesome too. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I want a Jersey Jack. I do want a dialed in, and I do want a Wonka. Actually, I would like to have a whole set of Jersey Jacks. I think the new Hot Wheels Pinball looks amazing. I think the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles looks amazing, but it's not really a theme that I want to get behind, TNMT, because it just wasn't something I grew up on. But I look at the Hot Wheels artwork, I look at the Hot Wheels playfield, I look at everything in it, and I'm like, that's a cool little machine. And I really liked Houdini as a theme. I thought the play of American Pinball's Houdini was bad. I think the shots were too tight. They could have removed a whole entire lane and made the machine a whole lot better playing. I thought the shots in Oktoberfest were absolutely amazing. I thought the game was fantastic. I thought the art was crap. It was very cartoony. So when I look at Hot Wheels, I'm like, yeah, you guys got it this time. You've got the playfield right, and you've got the theme right. And so, really excited to get to play that when I can find one somewhere on a location. Yeah, that's true. Todd never sleeps. I'm surprised he didn't move his house into his shop years ago. Because I would have. I mean, my pinball arcade in my studio's in the basement of my house. You know, I work from home pretty much all the time now, so my office desk is literally the same computer that I'm streaming off of right now. So I would, if I had a business, I would not want to be commuting. But that's me. Well, I have an extra ball to collect. Which we're going to collect right now, because now we need it. Rick and Morty looks super cool, too. I agree on that one. Alright, so we got an extra ball. Now all I have to do is short plunge this. Get this to fall correctly. There's the second one. So this, if we finish this mode, we'll get the eye for the Jedi, and then we will go back to that plunging multi-ball. And hopefully by the end of this game, Todd will be ready, because I have to go pee. Like, I want to drain this ball so I can go pee, guys. Oh! Alright, I'll be right back. I'm going pee. Okay. Yeah, no. Not, You ready? Did you finally do it? Todd finally ready to start going live? I will finish this game and raid you if you are. Stadium Buddy on Amazon. I shouldn't have to play pinball until I wet myself. Come on. There we go. All right, multi-ball time. Not quite ready. Jesus, Todd. Hey. All right. Love you. Bye. It's my wife telling me to hang up on all of you. All right.
This is an odd play, but
Here we go. 3-ball multi-ball. Remember, no auto launch. Look, we have a ball save. So, right now we're shooting that one. There we go. Yeah, you've got to... That's the same thing I've been doing, is just trying to get things set up ahead of time and just leave it set up. Oh. Wow, this was going to be a really good game until that just happened. It's going to be a really good game until that just happened.
Be mindful of the living force, young Padawan.
I gotta fix that E. I'll fix that before we stream this machine again.
How might I serve you?
Pinball force. You're more powerful than I thought.
Be careful.
Piece of trash. Yeah, you have to, if you want to go to YouTube and Twitch at the same time, you're gonna have to go through my service. Yeah, you have to go through Restream to do that. So, give me a second. We will move over here and try to help. So, how about I bring a mic over even? How about that? If you want to just give me a minute. I can send you what you need to do to... Yeah, don't bother, Todd. Just go live on one or the other. It'll be easier. Because then I have to set everything up for your other two things and all of that. I'm getting tired over here. I'm really getting tired. Shut up, bitch. I'm getting tired. I've been up for too long. I've been up for too long, people. Too long, too long. No, you have, you can't do Twitch and YouTube through Streamlabs. You have to go through a third-party program called Restream, and I have a Restream account, but you don't. And it would take me a few minutes to get everything set up. Yeah, fancy transitions. I added those recently. Where did Star Wars' sound go? There it is. We'll get Todd cool transitions for his stuff. We've already been working on new little intros and outros and things. If you guys have noticed those in the last couple videos, I helped him out with those as well. Just because I was doing some stuff for my own logos. I thought I would do some stuff for his as well while I was playing with the software.
Got to warm them up.
Had a little fun with those, but I built my own transitions as well.
This is an odd play for the Trade Federation.
You know, the newer machines just don't have the same feel that these Bally Williams did. There's something about the Fliptronic type flippers that just were so nice. So smooth. Okay. I'll be up as soon as I can.
Don't think. I'm quite on Jim. Use your instincts.
Use your instincts. Again, I am here every Monday. Oh, and it's good! I'm here every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, starting around 8 o'clock. Sometimes as early as 7, sometimes as late as 8:39. And I usually stream until I'm done. And some nights that's an hour, some nights that's 4 or 5 hours. All depends how much my back can take. Despite popular belief, I'm not as young as I look. I am proud to say I am going to be 44 years old this year, and I have 2 herniated discs. So standing up here, throwing a pinball machine back and forth, is probably not the best thing for me on a regular basis. But I still do it 3 days a week. So, come join the royal family here with all of us, and you know, look down below. All my social media stuff's down there. There's Discord down there. I really want to try to build a good pinball Discord community, you know, with Todd and some other people. I'd like to see some more pinball podcast talk shows. I'd like to see some more, I'd like to see some more repair streams. I'd like to see a lot. And, you know, together, many hands make light work. But you try to do it all by yourself, you get burnt out pretty quick. As you know, as you can imagine. So, come be part of the... this had all the earmarks of being a decent game. Come join the community. Come join the Discord. I'm hoping that I can get Todd to do some shows with me. I've got some ideas that I want to do, and we'll see if we can get those to come together. Wish that traveling was easier right now, because I'd be down in Pennsylvania hanging out with the guys at least once a month, if not twice.
Be mindful of the living force, young Padawan.
All right, I'm going to give Todd a call in a minute. All right. Let's see. Todd, you there? What do you guys need help with? Because I'm just about done here. Oh, I was trying to get the skill shot. Yippee! I know that the twins are all excited about streaming tonight, so we gotta get them on. It's already 11, and Todd will turn into a pumpkin in an hour.
It's an invasion army.
So anybody in chat who has machines, has pins, has favorite pins, let's talk about that. Anybody have any their all-time favorites? And we can also break them down by age group. You know, do you have a favorite that's EM? Do you have a favorite that's early electromechanical, early solid state? Do you have them, you know, newer machines like your new Stearns and your Jersey Jacks? What are your favorites there? Because there's a wide range of stuff. When you ask people what their favorites are, you never know what you're gonna get. Wow. This machine does not like me. Actually, we got some really good games, guys. You guys got your names up on the board here in a couple places. Has been a while since we've streamed this. This is going to be back in regular rotation again, especially now that we have the capture, because this is so easy for me to set up. Because really, it's just the playfield camera and the face camera and a plug-in. So much less work than trying to get the backglass camera dialed in the way it needs to be. That being said, I think in 2 weeks we may play Royal Flush Deluxe, the 1983 Gottlieb that I have that is absolutely beautiful. It was the first pinball machine I ever purchased. It will probably forever be in my collection unless someone gives me the ungodly amount of money that I would have to sell it, because they are pretty rare, especially in the condition I have mine in. But it has been fantastic hanging out with everybody again. Monday, Wednesday, Saturdays, 8 o'clock. Come join the royal family by subscribing or following. Appreciate that. It helps maintain everything here. It helps pay for the pinballs. I don't think people realize how often you're supposed to change the pinballs out in the pinball machine. They get rusty. You don't want a rusty ball running around your playfield. Just ordered, I think, $100 worth of pinballs to put new balls in all of the machines down here. And I do that at least once a year. Which is insane. I know most people forget about it. But to me, it's like changing batteries. I do the pinballs too. And you'd be surprised how quickly you get battery corrosion on a board. I had a Stern Sopranos that the batteries were starting to corrode after a little over a year. All right, Cyclone is your favorite for nostalgic. Let's lock this ball up. I'll read it over here. Cyclone is your favorite for nostalgic, and when I'm happy is I'd love to. Oh yeah, to get a seat. You know, Chicago coins. Monster Bash Grand Prix is the best EM. Huh. I don't know if I've ever played Grand Prix. I love Monster Bash. System 7 and System 80s for I love that name, by the way, Booger. But yes, so I agree. I have not bought any modern Sterns. I did have a Sopranos here, which I thought was a great game. I regret selling it, actually. And quite honestly, I think I've regret every pinball machine I've ever sold. They're all just... They become partly like your children, you know? Oh, that was too bad. Back up the middle, come on. Back up the middle. Bump down, back up the middle. Bump, bump, bump. Oh, that was too bad. Ball 3, too. Doctor Who. Yeah, I'm probably never going to sell my Atoms. I'll probably never sell my Funhouse unless I get another one that's in better condition. Elvira is good. Turtles looks good, by the way. You know, there's a lot of... I mean, Stern makes a good game. You know, I'm still kind of stuck on the playfield problems. Until that's really resolved, I'm not shelling out all the money. But that's me. You know, everybody else can do with their money what they'd like. But I think Stranger Things, I think that projector in Stranger Things is really neat. I think that's a neat pinball machine as well. You know, there's just so many cool games out there. I like the 90s Bally's Williams machines a whole lot. And if I had, you know, it's one of these things. If you could find a Twilight Zone for $7,000 or $8,000, and that was the only machine you were going to buy that year, would you buy a new Stern or would you buy a Twilight Zone? I'd buy a Twilight Zone. Same thing with Whirlwind or any of those. Yeah, basically, there's a short list of pinball designers that designed for Bally Williams in the 90s, and if their name was attached to any of those machines, I'd probably fix it. Yeah, no, that's it. My Funhouse is going to stay here until I get one that's in better condition. Or I die. Or my wife dies, actually, because technically it's her machine. Oh, that one should have counted. Ugh. Ball 2. Got one more. Twilight games. Yeah, I mean, that whole series of games in the 90s. All of the Pat Lawlers, all of the Steve Ritchies, all of those ones from the 90s. You know, High Speed Getaway, all of those. I would take... That's where I would spend the money first. You know, that being said, if I had more money, I'd be buying new machines. But I just don't. And I feel like if I want to be a competition player in this area, I'm going to need to buy a Stern machine. I'm going to need to understand that play field, those flippers, their mechanisms to be able to be a good competition player. Because that's what you get on locations. That's what you get when you go to tournaments. But I'm not a tournament player. I'm a casual player. So I can play whatever I want. That being said, I think Jersey Jack makes a great playing machine. And I think he's proved through the evolution of his product, the depth that company has in it. You know, putting monitors in machines, putting small screens on play fields. Building interesting mechanisms. Like, I'd love to have a theater of magic. I'd love a theater. Love a theater of magic. Talk about interesting mechanisms, right? The Theater of Magic. It's a great game. But for those of you who've been around, you'll know that pretty much my favorite machine is Addams Family. I probably stream that more than anything just because I know the game gets repetitive. I'm going to say that. A lot of tournament players, a lot of pinball players trash on Addams Family because it is repetitive. And it is very rinse and repeat. And I agree with that. But there's something comforting about that to me. You know, if I just want to screw around and play pinball and feel good, I play Addams Family. I mean, I know my machine so well, and I've been playing that game since I was a teenager, right? So for me, it's so nostalgic for me that it just, you know, it's like drinking a Coca-Cola.
You still have much to learn, my young friends.
All right, let's see if we can get Todd's stream running. So where is he? Let's call out to Southampton, PA.
You've reached Dmd Amusements Incorporated, and we are open now 7 days a week.
7 days a week, the man never sleeps. Never sleeps. Yeah, so this has Revenge from Mars, not Attack from Mars. And he's not answering me. He knows it's me.
Dmd Amusement.
Hey, it's Jillian. Is Todd there?
Yeah, give me a second.
Thanks.
Hey, who's that? This is that. Hey, Julian. Hey, sweetie. Well, the camera. They have 3 cameras, and the one camera's freezing, and so 2 of them now. So, are all 3 frozen now, or?
Let me guess. It's the 2 that are plugged in USB.
Yes, the 2 that are plugged in USB. That's correct.
All right, they need to be plugged directly into the back of the computer. They cannot be plugged in.
They need to be plugged directly into the back of the computer.
They can't be plugged into a hub or anything.
He said they're plugged into an Elgato.
Yeah, the cameras get plugged into an Elgato, but the Elgato needs to be plugged into the back of the computer.
The Elgato needs to be plugged directly into the back of the computer. He said, why can't they be plugged into a hub?
They can't be plugged into a hub because you won't have enough bandwidth.
They can't because there won't be enough bandwidth.
Unless you turn everything down lower than 720 at 60 frames.
Unless you turn everything down below 720. You have to plug the Elgato directly into the computer. That's why. That could be why they're freezing then.
Yep, it's a common thing.
Where? I'll go and get it now. How many connectors are there? How many? He says there's not enough. In the back of, how many Elgato, or how many? Your Elgato capture card in yours, and then the high-speed one is into my 3.0 connector with a hub. It's a powered hub. It's a powered hub. It's got a powered hub.
Doesn't matter. Still, what you're plugging into it has a 20 gig, has a 5 gig limit per port.
It says it has a 5 gig limit per port. That's the problem.
Right. So if you plug 3 of them into the same port.
If you plug 3 into the same port, it won't
even
work.
through a hub, through a hub.
There's 2 into the port.
But I'm just saying. Yeah.
I have my own Elgato. And then the other 2 Elgatos are into the portable hub. And the other 2 are in the portable hub.
Unplug one of them from the portable hub, and then
unplug one from the portable hub,
and then reset them, and you're going to see that those will be working. But when you plug the other one into that Elgato hub, it's going to have this problem.
So in other words, the third plug into the Elgato hub will not work.
Yeah.
The second camera. We have 2 cameras into one hub.
Right. You can't do that. Now we can add boards to the back of the computer to give you more USB bandwidth. Like I have a card that.
Add ports into the back of the computer to add more USB.
Yeah, I can tell you what you need for that stuff. But so just get 2 cameras up for tonight then. We'll fix it later.
So just get 2 cameras up for tonight to fix it. That's what she suggests to do now. Well, then you're just not going to be able to do it if you want to do it. You're not going to be able to do it. No, we won't be able to. We'll just have 2 cameras. We don't have to show the score the whole time. We can. Remember that camera will not. Oh. That's the one that has the. I don't know. This is not my thing. I don't know anything about this stuff, Jimmy. Yeah. Probably because there's too much running on it. Right. Yeah, but if we turn the other camera off, maybe it'll start.
All right. Well, I'll play a couple more games, but
okay, baby. Okay.
It's almost
we're close.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. Bye. Yeah. Well, I can go out there. The problem is just with all the travel stuff and this Corona stuff going on, I haven't wanted to stay in a hotel. Because they only recently reopened stuff in Pennsylvania, and Massachusetts is, unlike Connecticut and stuff, I don't even want people driving through the state while they're traveling at the moment. So it makes it pretty hard to get from New Hampshire to there. But the plan was to have me come out there and, because they're going to build the new studio space. Now that, they may start doing parties again, they're not going to be able to do the live sale where the existing live sale is, because that's usually party space. And Saturdays, he usually has a party in there. So the plan is that they'll be doing it in the back, right near where his office is, between the office and the workshop, which is a good spot for it, actually. And so when they build that out, my plan would be to go out for a weekend and scope out all of the wiring that we need and all the cards that we need, and label everything and color code everything for them, so that it's real easy if someone starts messing with things. And that's the way my stuff is done, actually. I can look at my gear, because all of my cables are the same length. I bought them all at the same time. So it gets really confusing very quickly of what's plugged in where. And so I just put colored zip ties on the end of all of them, and then you label the back of the computer what color plugs in where. And you know that you've got power that you need to send down USB, as well as video, and you separate all of those out, and then you get a rig like this. So I have a big pole that comes up and comes over. I've got a bracket for the digital SLR camera that's actually mirrorless. It's not actually an SLR. I've got two mics here, one on my desk and one boom mic here that I use just for streaming pinball. I got my overhead camera here on a bracket. I have a couple extra brackets with a couple extra cameras that are nothing but Logitech webcams, so we can stuff those in little places and see things. And then I have a half dozen extra video capture cards, little no-name brand ones, that I use to do the direct capture here off of this monitor and other things. Once you get it set up correctly and tested right, it works well. But as Timmy was saying there, you could hear him in the background talking about, well, they're all USB 3. I've got the right hubs. I've got all of this stuff. It doesn't matter. It's still only a limited amount of bandwidth on that one cable. And trying to run two things at full HD off of it, you're not able to. All right, one center shot, and we're in that multi-ball again, kids. Again, thanks for hanging around. If you like what you see, I'm here every Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, starting at 8. Sometimes earlier, sometimes later. Come join us. And come be part of the royal family. You can follow, subscribe, bits, whatever you want to do. Appreciate you guys just being here and talking and chatting and lurking in the background and kind of enjoying pinball. And as I usually say, thanks for coming to my house to play pinball. Bang. Pull. Missed it. Oh. That was a good one. That was a good one. All right.
Plunge the ball and use your flippers.
Sorry, I have not been catching up with chat.
Your focus determines your reality.
You can sometimes sneak changing the modes at the last minute, which is always a good thing to do. Oh! That was awful. It was horrible. I'm sorry. I'll do better next time. Oh. I'm getting tired.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Alright, here we go. 3-ball multi-ball. I always liked Revenge from Mars. I liked the holographic video in it. I thought that was really innovative. And so when I had the opportunity to buy one of them with both playfields, you know, it was really about price. I was getting 2 machines for a really good price, and I was trying to get that last jackpot. And I was just like, you know, a Revenge, which is, you know, an upgraded version of Attack from Mars, which is an amazing game, still the same. You know, I just wanted it. And I was at a pinball show, and there it was. I've done very little to this machine, which is also the other nice part. So the previous owner did a lot of the cleanup work. Who knows how dirty it was, but there's not a broken plastic on it. You know, they look in great shape, the playfields, and it had the new core computer, so it made it real easy to change out between the 2 games. And I had played them at Pinball Wizard. The most recently I had played them at Pinball Wizard in Pelham, New Hampshire, before Sarah had shut down. And she had both of them next to each other, and I loved them both. And I just thought the whole concept, I love the flippers, I love the feel of all the mechs in it. The cabinet has a very, very solid feeling. I mean, this thing is made of really high density fiberboard, so it is just heavy as hell. It's, you know, high density fiberboard's basically all glue. And I just kind of fell in love with the platform, so that when I got one at the right price, I think that was it. And it's part video game, part pinball. And I know people hate it for that reason, but I love it for that reason. Because it's just that much different. Oh. Ball 2 again.
Go ahead and shoot again. Watto's junk shop.
No money, no pot, no key.
So I want to thank everybody for the bits, for the follows, for the subscriptions. Trying to make my 15 sub goal. Because at 15 subs, I unlock a new emote that I can use on. Oh, I was too busy changing the modes up top. I wasn't paying attention to where the ball was. Yeah, I'm ready to watch some Elvis pin too.
I have a bad feeling about this.
We should launch complaints with the TNT Amusements complaint department.
It's the Jedi. We will have revenge. Get out of here.
You're more foolish than I thought.
I thought I was Luton's, my master.
And sure enough, it's looking for something.
That was close. Okay, another multi-ball. Yeah, I know. Megan's outside waiting with our neighbors. It was supposed to be done an hour and a half ago. All right, we got him. No, he got us. Did he get us? How did he get us? How did he win? It's Todd's fault. It's Todd's fault.
Be mindful of the living force, young Padawan.
I know. It's like, come on. Get with it over there. Another month. I think it'll be another month. It'll be safe to stay in hotels and travel down there. You know, the sad part is I would be down there right now. Well, we'd all be at Pintastic right now. And then a week or two from now, I'd be down there because I usually take my vacation to Maryland this time every year. Let's see, who gets this one? Who's the last person? Oh, King of Mad Props. It's been a while. So let's go. Let's King. KOP. Why don't we do KOP? King of Props. There we go. That score could have been so much better, unfortunately. Ooh, but he got his initials in as a Jedi Knight. So that might actually put that one on a good scoreboard. Let's take a look. Jedi Knights, Jedi Masters. Where? Jedi Knights. Where did KOP go? Oh, number 1 there under Jedi Knights. King of Props. They're very good. Very good. That one will be there for a little while. I want to get the 6-way combo away from Sam.
Oh my.
Oh my. All right, kids. We have been waiting a long time for Todd. And the twins. Everybody thinks these computer streaming setups are just easy to do. They're not.
You still have much to learn, my young friend.
It's an invasion army.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for all your support. Appreciate it. Being around and chatting with us and hanging out with us.
Battle droids.
Being part of the royal family here and...
You know, I find that job to be a little odd.
Ugh. Ugh. I want him to get back up. I'm just...
Once those droids take control of the surface, they will...
Here's the other thing. Playing on the same machine for 3 hours gets boring.
This is an odd play for the Trade Federation.
The good thing is this machine is not as monotonous as others, though. I mean, you have to give it that. There's enough variety in all of the different modes and the ability to change the modes and what the modes shoot at and all of that really do make this a little... It doesn't make it grindy. So many of these games are grindy. All right, let's see. Hey there.
Hey, baby. We're ready to go on. We're on. We hit go live, but it's asking for a key.
Yeah, you need to get your stream key from your Twitch account. Do you want me to get it for you and email it to you?
Yeah. Now, can I find it if I'm on Twitch?
Yes, you can. If you go onto Twitch.
Right, I'm on Twitch now.
Click on your face in the right-hand side.
Click on my face.
Or your
on
logo.
Settings.
Yep. So.
On settings.
Is it under settings? Let me find it under settings for you. No, I don't think it's under settings.
No, it's not under settings.
No. Go on the upper right-hand corner. There should be something that says Creator Dashboard.
Creator Dashboard. Okay, I have it.
Okay. Once you're in there, on the top left-hand side, there's 3 lines.
3 lines.
In the top left corner.
Yep.
Okay, click that. Go down to
Stream Manager.
No, hang on. Let me
Streaming
find.
Tools.
Shit. Give me a second. Where is it? No, it's not there. I'll find it for you. Give me a second.
Plunge the ball and use your flippers.
It's not under that. I'm trying to remember where the hell the stream key is. I think it's under Preferences Channel. Yeah, Preferences.
Preferences
Channel. Top thing is
top thing.
Primary stream key. Yep, you copy that.
Yep. He's copying it. Oh, the U's still in there. Okay. All right. We have it. We hit live.
Okay, yeah. Now you paste that into your settings in your OBS.
We did it.
And you should be going live.
It should be. No. If you look on our channel.
I'm gonna check right now. We're gonna go to TNT Amusements channel.
Plunge the ball and use your flippers.
It says streaming. We have to click on that. We should get it on the screen.
On the screen.
All right, there you go. You are on.
We're on finally.
Yep. I will. I'll send everybody over.
Good. Thank you, baby.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Well, the man finally got it up. So all you guys need to do is stay in one spot, and we are going to go raid. So, to do that, all I have to do is come up here to my creator dashboard, create a channel,
Plunge the ball.
and we go TNT, second, guys. We'll get this Twitch. Alright, give me a second. I gotta move this into host mode and over there. You guys enjoy that. I'm actually gonna come over to my desk real quick. Move my microphone over here. I think I need to actually go in and host his channel first. I think that's how it has to be done in here. Because it's not letting me raid him. Because it hasn't even identified that he's streaming yet. Because he just started, so it doesn't let you do it right away. No problem, guys. Thanks for all your follows. Thanks for all your support. Again, Monday, Wednesday, Saturdays, I'm here. Have fun over there with Todd. There he is. And we're going to go over and raid him again Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays around 8 o'clock. I'd love to see you all. I'll see you all soon. I'm going to be over there in chat from outside with my neighbors and everybody on a laptop. And so thank you for everything, guys. Have fun. Have a great time. And I'll see you soon. Bye.